I want to take you back to a moment that kind of seemed like it was the starting point for what was an amazing run that you had, culminating in the championship win, and that's 2015, the U.S. Grand Prix. Yeah. After the race, you're sitting slumped in a chair as Lewis is putting on a red hat with a number one embroidered on it. What are you thinking at that point?
One of the regrets I have is that I was never able to win the U.S. Grand Prix.
Really?
And it's one of the very few races that I wasn't able to win. So, but there we go, can't have everything. And yes, that was one of the most difficult moments also in my career then, because I gave Lewis the championship whilst being in the lead, and I made a mistake. And then he got the championship and won it. And it's tough. I mean, defeats in sport are always very difficult to cope with for us, because we put our whole life behind the sport, and then when you lose, it's very it's dark, dark moments, and that was especially difficult, but I'm proud that I managed to push through and always come out with even greater motivation. So it was actually a fuel for me,
right.
Rather than pulling me down and holding me down. I was always able to come out even stronger with more motivation, and that's what happened again in the US, and it's a big part of why I'm sitting here now as a world champion, that I found motivation that I didn't even know existed for me, to even go new ways and just put everything behind it and push in a massive way.
I mean, what seemed to come from the loss there is just this tear of success that you go on. You win the final 3 races of the season, and then the first 4 races of the next season. What do you think was responsible for that?
Well, it's not. It's really fighting spirit in the end. To not want to experience a loss like that ever again. So just really pushing and putting it all together, and a massive focus. That was the driving force.
You said, quote, I got more aggressive because too often in the past, he, being Lewis, had walked all over me. What do you think you did differently?
He's just very, very skillful. He's in so many areas, and especially also in this one-on-one battle. Mm-hmm. He would really manage to go to the limit very well without ever going over. So he would always take it to a very extreme, but never in a way that you could blame him, and he would just do that very well. And I would lose many races as a result, and so I just had to ramp up my level of aggressiveness, and it worked out because.
And how did you do that?
It's just a decision that I have to be more aggressive, and but also studying past events. So I would look over and over and all the different events we've had in the past and learn from them, and make sure I'm not ever doing the same mistake again. And if I do, then I know what to do. If I am in the same situation, I know what to do better. And that really worked out well. I
think you were spending 20 minutes in the morning and 20 minutes in the evening meditating, in addition to, I believe, something like 5 months off social media, getting extra practice in go-karting. How did you find all of that helped in the championship season?
I looked for new ways to become even better. And there was different things. One of the things was to work very closely with a mental trainer, and to explore the ways of. I don't like the word meditation because people will think it's this transcendent whatever, and it's not. It's really training your concentration and training your awareness. So that's what I did every morning and every evening, and it's all these little things, that massively help in the end. And because the difference between success and defeat in sport can be minute. And let me give you the best example. In the summer, because our driver weight is crucial, because on a race car, we're part of that. And if you can be lighter, you're going to go faster.
Right. And there have been times where you've already been very thin, and the team asks you to drop 5% of your weight.
And so in summer, I realized, okay, I've got all this extra leg muscle from cycling. I need to get rid of that as well. So I stopped cycling, and then after the summer break, I was on pole position in Japan by 1/100th of a second. 1/100th of a second is like 10 centimeters over the course of one lap difference. And 1 kilo of the leg muscles is 0.03 of a second per lap, where I'm going to be going quicker. And I was on pole by 100th of a second. So that's what gave me pole position. Having pole gives you the race win then, with all likeliness. And the race win gave me the championship, you know? So one could go all the way into those details.